So watching last night's game and this is the James McCann segment that we've been promising you pretty much the entire show, right? Like it's just, okay, there's a James McCann segment coming because he deserves it. And he does absolutely deserve it. He's been a find for this team, almost like a happy accident, like a Bob Ross painting where there are no mistakes, there's just happy accidents. Here's this, picked him up off the scrap heap, comes in because they were all beat to hell at the catcher's position. He hits the upper decker home run last night. He's worked brilliantly with the pitching staff. I mean, brilliantly. Brandon Pfaadt said, I didn't shake him off one time last night. He was great. Zach Gallen has been like reinvented throwing to James McCann. And it does seem like the Diamondbacks might have had a little happy accident by stumbling on this catcher who has, at least so far, somewhat changed the trajectory of things, right? Like it's a small move with a potentially big outcome.
He hit the big 434-foot homer last night, so that was great. But really, it's been the handling of the pitching staff. I mean, Steve Berthiaume was on with us a couple of days ago. We might even have that
right here.
All right, listen up.
I think McCann back there calling the pitches, and the fact that Zach Gallen, the most intellectual pitcher that any of us know, would trust James McCann to call virtually every single pitch he throws, says loads about James McCann. And I think he has helped Zach believe in his fastball again. He's throwing it more often. He came out throwing it yesterday. I think the first 7, 8, 9 pitches were all fastballs. But he's throwing the fastball in the zone, and that makes the curveball that much more effective. And the curveball is the pitch that Zach really relies on. So that, to me, has been the big change. It seems like, observationally, I've not talked to Zach about this, but just watching the games, it seems like he's got more conviction in that fastball. He's willing to throw it in the zone, challenge guys with it, and that, for me, is why he's turned things around.
As if McCann is saying to him, dude, you've got an 8, throw it. Throw it. Bring it to right here. You've got a great fastball, throw it. And Zach's like, well, okay, I'll he giving him a trust level that maybe he didn't have with somebody else. Now, if this were just a Zach Gallen thing, that'd be one thing. But then we saw what Brandon Pfaadt did last night, and Pfaadt he talked about it here. Great connection with James McCann.
McCann was awesome back there. He called a heck of a game, so shout out to him. And he hit the homer earlier in the game, so he had a great game as well.
What was working for the two of you? Did you have to shake him much today? Or?
No, I didn't shake him once, so I just let him go back there and call the game. Like I said last time, he's great, so he knows the game well, and just let him do his thing, and I just hit the mitt.
He's been around the block, McCann.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a good way. And when you've been around the block, you can be not only do you know how to call a game, where a pitcher like Pfaadt doesn't shake you off one time, but you also can be a calming influence on somebody over the course of the game or in the clubhouse, like the conversations between him and Gallen that Steve Berthiaume was referencing. He's got a little Crash Davis thing going.
Yeah.
Now,
a little bit, right?
Right? We got a bunch of Nuke Lelouches, and he's our Crash Davis. To be fair to McCann, though, he was an all-star with the Chicago White Sox back in
2019. I just pulled up the stats. Yeah, he was.
So he's not like some career minor leaguer that.
He's not some scruffy.
No, but
Here comes the deuce, and when you speak of me, speak well. He's not that guy, right? Yeah.
No, but he's a bit of a journeyman, though, yeah. and he
Tigers, White Sox, Mets, Baltimore, Arizona.
And he toiled in the minor leagues. But again, though, there's no substitute at times, especially these kind of relationships, pitcher catcher, than experience sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing that. And obviously, Gabby Moreno's the catcher. It'll be his job when he gets back. But McCann, almost like a little bit of a midseason diamond that the D-backs kind of stumbled upon here.
And so that's what got me thinking like bigger picture on this. And like 2023, I don't think the Diamondbacks get to the postseason and do what they did without Tommy Pham or without Brandon Pfaadt emerging the way he did in the second half of that season, without Ryan Thompson kind of coming off the scrap heap in Tampa Bay and suddenly serving a very important role. The Diamondbacks last year, I don't know if they get where they're going if Jake McCarthy doesn't have. Not that Jake McCarthy came out of nowhere, but he was coming off a disappointing season the year before where he didn't really live up to the billing at all. he was terrific for them last year. He was one of it seems like every year, and I'm not saying this to say, oh, they're going to do it again because they found their unsung hero, but it does feel like finding an unsung hero or two is kind of a prerequisite if you're going to go on a run like this for the Diamondbacks, right? You need your stars to be stars, but both of the past years, it really helped that the Diamondbacks unearthed a little bit of a hidden gem to kind of help them along the way. And I was watching McCann last night, and I couldn't help but think, is he this year's gem? You talk about the pitching staff, and I'll throw this number out there without making it too complex or anything. In his 7 starts, Arizona Diamondbacks pitchers, and this is from Arizona Diamondbacks Stats and Info, by the way. Thank you, guys. In his 7 starts, Arizona pitchers are pitching to an ERA of 3.57 with James McCann, 4.92 with Gabby Moreno, 4.52 with Jose Herrera. So nearly a run and a half better than the 2 regular catchers. This is a small sample size, say what you will, but that's interesting.
I think it's important to just put this disclaimer out there. We don't want to overstate this whole thing. But the bottom line is he's been a great pickup. He's made a difference.
Yeah.
The pitchers like throwing to him. He's hitting the ball a little bit, and he's been a really good player with the opportunities that he's been given, period. Now, tonight, he's on the bench.
Torey gonna Torey.
Put your Torey's gonna Torey t-shirt on.
Torey gonna Torey t-shirt. Well, I mean, with catchers, they can't play every single game. But yeah, you're right. I would have thought, hey, let's ride this hot hand a little bit. Let's put McCann back out there.
Speaking of Crash Davis, never blank with a win streak, Burnsy. Not that they're on a streak, but he's on a streak of the starting pitchers pitching very well.
But to your point, there's a limit to this conversation, and no one, at least certainly not me, is trying to sit here and say James McCann's going to be the reason why they go to the playoffs. They're going to get to the playoffs because of Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly and Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte and Eugenio Suarez, et cetera, et cetera. But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt when you stumble across a player like this in a moment like this, and I think we've seen examples of that the last couple of years.
No, he's been good. He's been really good.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.